Now, Wing Commander Sudhakaran, how do you see this attack on Venezuela?
As my previous co-panelists have already said, this was something that was there in the offing. The question was, when would this actually be effected? And this time actually is quite of concern, having the new year just set in. We are already welcoming 2026 with a new conflict, which could have been avoided. But it was there in the anvil nevertheless. In fact, yesterday night I saw a broadcast wherein Maduro had given very subtle, he had softened his stance, he was not the same. He was driving in a car and he was appealing to the American people how Venezuelans are their brother and that he is more than willing to have negotiations with the Trump government. And within 24 to 48 hours, we see this happening because this is part of a larger geopolitical game. Because mind you, China is already hedging its Venezuela as its future energy reserves. There is a lot of partnership in the offing. The Venezuelan present regime was not seen very friendly to the US, and the backdoor of the Pacific was being infiltrated by the Russian Chinese axis, which the Americans wanted to probably send the right signal to tell them either you mind your business and do what we say, or we will not allow peace and harmony to prevail in this region, we will nip you in the bud. That seems to be the kind of strategy which the Trump administration is following at present. This kind of an attack was certainly not warranted for a very flimsy excuse like drug trafficking. It could have got controlled in much better way. And in any case, Trump, for all the attacks that we've been seeing for the last 3 to 6 months, he's been not able to produce an iota of evidence on all the ships that has been targeted. It's all been wild claims like Pakistan has been claiming on India and like Trump's claim of having stopped the various wars. So there is a dark, deeper, sinister context to this. We can't see this as merely the claims that they've been making on the television. There are far more strategic angles to it. And we need to see that in that lens. This is also very important to see because China has been building up its troops around the Taiwan region. Now, will China see this as a corridor and a moment to open up on the Taiwan front? Where does that leave the US? Specifically because Russia is waiting for its time to get back at the US. Now, if that kind of front opens up with Trump also meddling with the Iranian state, wherein he has already warned the Ayatollah that if they are going to come hard on the protesters, they will not spare. So right now, there are at least 3 to 4 fronts which are active. And we need to be extremely cautious because things could go out of control in no time. One miscalculation and then you can have 3, 4 conflicts all around the world, which means not very good signs for the times to come. And that is why we need to contain this as early as possible. Of course, Venezuela will not be able to retaliate because they don't have the muscle and the munition power. And I don't think right now China or Russia is going to step in a big way to counter them. That is not going to happen. But whatever damage that is going to happen today, we will have to wait with our fingers crossed to see how this carries forward. Will somebody get emboldened by this? That is something that we need to take care of. I hope it's just a one-day affair and it cools off. That is the best hope against hope. And the matter can be taken to the UN. Probably the Russian and the Chinese envoys are going to combat the Americans because this is not a traditional conflict zone as we know. And attacking outside a traditional conflict zone, you need the sanction of the United Nations as per the prevailing world norms and order. But of course, US being what it is, and China being what it is, these are powers which don't heed to any laws, and therefore they will dictate the terms that is known. But then, nevertheless, we are going to see pretty much of a divided camp at the United Nations. And hopefully, this should be settled through dialogue. And Trump needs to be put in its place because he has been quite belligerent. And we cannot allow somebody this kind of a free run. As far as what he did with commerce was still okay because it was his country's economy. But now he is stepping into the battlefront zone wherein lives matter. He is directly attacking people. We don't know how many people have got killed in these attacks. Those reports are yet to come. Venezuela is a country which is at the fringe. Weakening Maduro is okay, but then dethroning them will again give a very unstable country, which could lead to exodus, which could lead to a situation of civil war inside. Because, mind you, it's again an oil-rich country. Then if the militias start controlling such strategic energy reserves, then the entire Pacific is going to get affected because of this. And these are not good times. So I hope it is a one-off event. And I hope it doesn't stretch beyond this, but then we'll have to keep with our fingers crossed and watch.